Start the procedure, we're going to go ahead and take the plugets out of the nose after an adequate time of topicalization. You can see when we're pulling them out, they're not full of blood, so we've done a good job in regards to not traumatizing the mucosa. Alright, so we're going to start our incision. I always start my septoplasties with a Gemitransfiksion incision. I'm tenting that very caudal aspect of the septum with the caudal speculum so I can get that right on edge. I'm drawing my incision right on the edge of that caudal septum down into a small amount of that hair-bearing skin inferiorly. We're going to take a 15-blade scalpel and incise through the mucosa, incising down onto the cartilage, but not scoring the cartilage too significantly. And ultimately, I think one of the most important parts of septoplasty surgery is that you are able to get in the correct layer as you elevate the mukoperixondral flap. And so we spend a lot of time up here in the front making sure that we obtain that goal. Always real helpful to have a colleague with the suction here to keep the field dry. And we're going to continue down onto the cartilage. There's a lot of tissue here overlying the caudal septum that you have to separate, and a number of layers to go through until we finally come down on that cartilage. We're just injecting a little bit of local here to try to help with some oozing and get underneath that mukoperixondral flat layer overlying the cartilage. I admit I don't always do the injection, but sometimes it can be helpful. So we start off again by trying to get underneath that final layer of the mukoperixondral flap, and I'll start off by using my suction elevator, and I'm trying to get into that layer right there and elevate that layer by making some short sweeps to get a pocket, and then I go inferiorly and superiorly to widen my exposure. So now that I have a much wider exposure to the cartilage, I can feel the area, and I'll tell you right there that doesn't feel like I've gotten deep enough. It's smooth, it's not as sandpaper-like what cartilage usually feels like.